I've always wondered, what's the point of listening to the game on radio or online when the play-by-play guys are in the same gym? Okay, they do have the in-game stats, so I guess there's a point. Rock Springs versus Laramie, this game being played at Cheyenne South High School. First quarter, Rock Springs wearing the gray. Zach Ligurski takes the lob inside and will score an easy bucket for his team. The Tigers are on the board first, leading 2-0. Laramie would reach into their bag of tricks. Tyler Luce and Sam Hainline hook up on the inbounds alley-oop, and the Plainsmen would quickly tie the score at 2 points apiece. They could hit from a distance as well. Here's Abel Casas from about 15 feet sinking a jumper, and that gives his teammates their first lead of the game. It's now 4-2. But then the Rock got rolling. It will start with Nick Bloom. He's just outside the line, so that long ball's going in for three. The advantage has now swung the other way, and it's 5-4. Here comes more. The defense was a little late in getting to this one, and Ligurski had all the time he needed to set up for that three. His team is on the move, up 10-4, good buddy. It was raining threes for a while, and the Tigers were pouncing on them. Jordan Rude steps right up and knocks one down. 13 points for the senior, and that would cap off an 11-sip run. Rock Springs leads 13-4. The opposition would respond. Alex Jordan's going to work his way in and put up a floater that will swish the net for 2 points. That will stop the bleeding for a while. His team is down 13-6. Now watch the ball movement on this one. It was a beauty, and Hainline will have just as pretty of a finish. 19 points for the senior, and his team is getting closer, down 13-8. And they could do that long ball attack as well. On the far side is Sam Feldman, and the defense had a hard time stopping him as the senior led all scorers with 21 points. The Plainsmen are right back in this game, down 13-11. Time is running short, but Hainline was determined to get one more basket in. He'll miss the first attempt, but he'll grab the offensive board, and he got the ball out of his hands just before the buzzer, and the second try counted. Laramie was within striking distance, trailing 16-13 after the first 8 minutes. Second quarter, they were staying after it. Feldman driving, gets the contact and the whistle and the bucket. He'd missed the extra try, but he has his team in decent shape, down 17-15 at this point in the game. Persistence pays off, and it certainly did on this play. Feldman is able to knock the ball loose, and he's taken off the other way with it. He'll put in a left-handed finisher on the other end, and now his team is back in control with a 20-17 advantage thanks to a 16-4 spurt. For a while, this game was a game of runs, and now it's Rock Springs' turn again. It'll start with Rude coming in with a running right-hander that'll net him 2 points. His team's only down one. It's 20-19. The Tigers were picking up the pace, and here comes one of their fast breaks. This is Tanner McQuillan putting the finishing touches on 2 of his 13 points, and that would help put the Rock in the lead with the scoreboard showing 23-20. Now in this highlight, the Laramie defense could not get out of their own way. That'll make the job easy for Rude as he'll just coast in for an easy 2 points. He likes that one, and his team is up by a score of 25-20. And they take things outside as well. McQuillan eyes it, spies it, and buys it for 3. Rock Springs would close the half on a 13-2 run and would hold a 30-22 lead going into the locker room. Third quarter, Laramie would tighten up the defense and apply the transition game. It would start with Casas swatting that shot away, and now somebody else has to pick up the pieces. Never fear, Hainline was up to the task, and he'll lay the ball up on the other end. His team was still down, though, 31-26. The opposition, though, was not about ready to let them get closer on the scoreboard. Derek Mattinson could not get around the defense, so he just decided to go over it, and that netted him 2 points for the cause. Tigers lead 33-26. The Plainsmen would strike back. Someone forgot about Luce, and he's getting loose with 3 with a little swirly on top of that one. This game's getting interesting. It's now 33-29. The Rock tried to make things difficult at times. Good hustle on the 2-on-1 fast break. Mattinson bounces the assist to McQuillan, and the defender did not have much of a chance on this play. That opened up a little breathing room. It's now 35-31. Laramie would tie things at the free throw line. However, Rude was not about ready to let his team give up the lead just yet. He'll swish a 15-footer of his own to give the Tigers a slim margin. They were up 37-35 going into the final 8 minutes. Fourth quarter, here's where a game is won or lost, and the Plainsmen would take over. Hainline will get a nice kiss off the glass to add to his total, and he's got this game tied up at 37. Let's get someone else in here. Aside from the regular characters, here's Dominic Villarreal with a baseline drive. His contribution would put his team up by a score of 39-37, and there was more on the way from his team. Then the bomb started flying. Cassis lost it, got it back, gives it up to Luce, who was wide open behind the line, and he's burying three. The Plainsmen had full control of the momentum, leading 42-37, and there's still time on the clock to do more damage. Speaking of which, this one was the backbreaker, and Rock Springs had only themselves to blame. Feldman open for three, and the foul. That was part of a 14-2 run, and Laramie had it in the bag from there. They move on and pick up the W, 58-44.